Hey guys, just want to let you know I'm just on a brief hiatus here from model building just because I'm real busy with stuff at work. But in April I'm going to start my next project, which will be this right here, which is the Battlestar Galactica Raptor. I'm still waiting for some stuff to get in, including some photo etch kits for this. So hope to be in that soon. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this video I made of ValleyCon, which is a model show I attended last weekend. Hey everybody, and welcome to another Interested the Modeler, and I am joined here by my friend Mark Fraley. You might recall he was interviewed last year, and so he flew in from Arizona, and we are both headed up to ValleyCon, which is a pretty good sized model show tomorrow up in the LA area. Thanks for coming down, Mark.
Sure,
all right. So Mark has actually been a judge at a model show, and I just, before we pack up everything and get ready for the show tomorrow, I thought we would just kind of go over real quickly what judges actually look for in a model. So I have my A-wing here, which I'll put the camera to it in a second, and we'll have Mark just tell us a little bit about when a judge approaches a model, what he actually looks for.
The events that I've been involved in are IPMS sanctioned events, and they actually have a handbook with criteria on models, on what judges are required to look at. And it's goes by category, whether it's armor category or aircraft category or even sci-fi category. There's basic fundamental things that they also look like. The preparation of the model, they're going to look for things like mold seams, whether any injection pin sink marks are visible that haven't been filled in. Things like on the canopy, they might look for gaps between the windshield canopy and the airframe to see if those have been addressed. You want like an even paint on the canopy frame. Then in the finished product itself, you want to make sure that any prep work that you've done isn't visible under the finished paint job. Okay, your paint needs to be consistently mixed. It needs to be applied in an even manner. Your clear coats need to be applied evenly, so your sheen should all be the same. Any add-ons, aftermarket parts that you add to the model, they should blend seamlessly into the finished model. Okay, they shouldn't look like an aftermarket part. That includes photo etch, resin parts, anything like that that you add to the model. They should look like it's all part of the original kit. If you actually remove detail on the model while sanding your seams or removing flashing or anything like that from the model, you have to restore detail that's lost in that process. These are all things that are in the IPMS handbook that you can actually look at online.
All right, great. Thanks, Mark. And so these are great hints that he's reviewing with us here that you can consider as you're building models. Like you said, if you're really interested in entering a competitive environment like that, these are great things to keep in mind. So we'll go ahead and package our models up and we'll see how we do tomorrow. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. Well, we made good time, but as you can see, there was already a line for registration. However, we were early enough to be able to quickly set up my models. So while we wait for more entries, let's go ahead and find out a little bit more about the show. Alright guys, we're here at ValleyCon here 2018 at the Peterson Auto Museum here in LA. I'm standing here next to George Lewis Creed. He's one of the organizers of the show. George, can you tell us a little bit about the show and when did you guys start it?
Show started in 1989. 1990, I think it was the official kickoff at the Pasadena Center, and it was a model contest and swap meet, and so we've been doing it for 28 years now. Wow. It's been going on, and we partnered with Peterson about 4 years ago and brought it first into the Ronald Reagan Museum because they were doing the exterior of the building. The building is gorgeous, and so we had to go up to Ronald Reagan Presidential Library, which was in Simi Valley, and we had an enormous show. And then we brought it into Peterson when they renovated. 2016 was when they opened it again. We brought it in here, and we've been here for 3 years in a row, each year getting bigger and more complex. Wow. And this year's our biggest show with 3 floors of models. We have models down here, vendors on the second floor, plus models, plus on the penthouse suite we're doing model railroads, trains.
Wow.
So we're doing everything. And last year, the sci-fi section had a lot of works that was years in the making, and the best of show and best sci-fi was the Cygnus from the Black Hole, that model by the name of Jeff Bond built. And it was labor of love that took him 4 years from what I heard. So
how many entries do you typically get in a show like this?
Typical show like this runs 500 plus. Reagan was close to 700 plus. It was unlimited model entries, and then we kind of said maybe we better just do 10 per person. And so we're running anywhere between 550 to 650 per show. Substantial number of entries.
And what's great at doing at these public places like this, it gives certainly the public the opportunity to come and see, learn about modeling and. We get a typical crowd here is about 370 to 400 for just a typical show. That's our portion of the show. The museum gets 12 to 1,300. So if you've got a model in display here, you're going to close to 2,000 people seeing your model. So I mean, doesn't happen every day to modeling, and it's a classier venue. And so we're trying to say, hey, we're good people doing a great hobby. Why don't you enjoy it with us? Excellent. And then so later on we'll have some judging, right?
We're going to have judging. It's open door judging. We don't close the door for judging, so people can roam all day. We're encouraging people to roam all over the museum. And then at 3 o'clock we'll have a raffle and awards presentation.
Excellent. Well, thanks, George, for being on Interstellar Modeling. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. We appreciate being interviewed by you. Thanks, Augie.
Thanks. So after the interview, I turned my attention over to the car display table. And as you can see, they were busy setting up this impressive exhibit. So there was quite a variety of entries, including motorcycles, more automobiles, dioramas, and these fantastic looking figures. But what I think I'll do now is show you a slideshow of some of the highlights. And here's a brief look at some of the train sets that George talked about that were located up on the 3rd floor. And let me take a second just to show you some of the exhibits that you can see at the Peterson Automotive Museum. So the show went on for the rest of the afternoon and was followed by the awards presentation. And I'm happy to note here that my Y-Wing won first place in the sci-fi category, the Batmobile won the first place in the Hollywood Auto category, and my BB-8 entry won honorable mention in the sci-fi category. Well, I hope you enjoyed this look at ValleyCon. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.